But if you keep trying, like if you keep clawing, people will come. I really do. It's like people can sense, they can see like, oh, this person is not going to give up. This person is like, they're conscientious. I'm just going to throw them a bone.
If you got something, let it rip.
I'm never going to do this again.
Everybody grapples with this idea that you're really a fraud.
Like, I'm alive.
And that's when it clicked with me. And I thought, these are not superheroes. These are just men that can do super things. This is Matt Del Negro, and you are listening to the new stripped down 10,000 No's. Today's episode was ripped directly from one of my Insiders Acting Community Zooms, where I've been mentoring actors since 2021.
What we do here is go back.
I've said this to you guys. Sometimes I feel like, oh man, I give advice in here or I tell you my point of view, and I'm like, is it dangerous advice? Like, am I giving out advice that it's like someone's calling on a suicide hotline and you guys are all calling on like a suicide hotline, and I'm like, no, just bet on yourselves, it's going to work out, guys. And like people are like betting on themselves and like flaming out because sometimes I feel like that. Like there are days when I feel like, hey man, you bet on yourself. You're 51 and like it's scary. Or you're 51 and everybody else who's in these conventional jobs around you that, you know, they're all in way different place than you. And yet I still come back to it every time I'm at a point where it feels like I just don't know how I'm going to get out. I don't know what I'm going to do. Weird stuff happens. And I've kind of given over to, I go like it's God or it's the universe or it's my fate. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, or maybe it's like the rewards come to those who, as Tony Robbins would say, get comfortable being uncomfortable. The more comfortable being uncomfortable you could be. He's like, sometimes I go, really, Tony? Because I'm pretty fucking uncomfortable a lot of the time, So I'm like, I don't know. So it's somewhat like I say it to all of you. I'm just saying what I know for me, and you all will do what you do with it. Nobody has any guarantees for you or for me. But if you keep trying, like if you keep clawing, people will come. I really do. It's like people can sense, they can see like, oh, this person is not going to give up. This person is like, they're conscientious. I'm just going to throw them a bone. Someone said, I heard this today. I'm going to butcher it, but it was something like worrying is thinking that God doesn't have it handled or something like that. And it's kind of like, yeah, like, does it ever really go exactly the way that you plan it? Not often for me. I mean, even, like I've always said to you guys, like even like the best jobs, they always come out of nowhere. They come in like weird ways. It's never been like, if I do this, then I'll get that, and then that will lead to this. It's really never been that. It's like very, very over time, it kind of is a little bit like that. Like you put in the effort and you kind of things. I do think there's a bit of a cause and effect long term, but in the short term, it's like, I don't know. So why do we spend so much time kind of like banging our head against the wall when something's not working, like just move on, like get something else done. I'm not saying like give that thing up, but like work on it. If you could do something constructively to work on it, maybe something you're trying to push forward isn't as good as it needs to be. And so, I mean, Mickey Brash is a great example. I want it to happen, but like the script still needs work. So there's still stuff that I have to do to get the floodgates to open. I don't know what that timeline is going to be right now. I don't know exactly how that's going to come about. But I know that if I keep putting in the effort, it's going to come about. But I don't, like, who knows? You get a job, and on this other job, someone like the producer is looking for something to invest in, and then you're like, oh, I have this script, like like someone that I don't even know right now, So I don't know. I just say, like, kudos to you guys for just continuing to take the steps forward. And if it feels bleak sometimes, that's because sometimes it is. And on the other hand, there's also good, like, surprises happening to people all the time. Why do you not think you're going to get that?
All right, that is it. If you dug that clip enough that you want to become a part of this community, just go to 10,000nos.com to join. In the meantime, thanks for listening or watching. Either way, we're glad you're here. Remember, failure is just opportunity in disguise. You can flip the script and make your setbacks serve you. We'll see you next time.